Hello there and welcome to a brand new Hobby Streak week. Normally I would do a roleplay the Sunday before, however there was stuff going on that kind of prevented that, but this week I'm going to continue with the Bad Batch and we're starting the week with day 2140. There's not really much to report today. It was literally just painting grey and highlighting grey. I still don't know if I'm going to do the final highlight. I think I might do just a very small, very quick sort of corner highlight for each thing. But other than that, I'm very happy with the way they're coming out so far. They're not going to take too much longer now. I've still got Echo, I believe it is, to do, and he's got white armor, or white-ish armor, so I'll sort him out tomorrow. And then, of course, I've got Omega, who is also white, actually. So, yeah, I'll probably do those tomorrow. So, all in all, quite happy with the way progress is going so far, even though progress is a tiny bit slower than I wanted. But, you know, can't help everything. Today is 2441, and I'm going to continue with the Bad Batch. I'm going to mostly sort out Echo and start Omega. However, I did decide to actually add those little, one little extra highlight just to emphasize the corners and the peaks of the rest of the grey armor. I then went ahead and finished off Echo's armor, but I then got a very important phone call that I needed to take, and that took up the vast majority of my time, so I only had a little bit of time left, and with that I decided to paint the white part, or the creamy white part, of Omega. I shouldn't have any distractions tomorrow, so I can get a lot more done. However, I am actually waiting for some packages to arrive from Element Games and Zatu Games. They were meant to be here on Saturday, but they are yet to arrive, and to be honest, it's really getting on my jubblies. It's obviously not the store's fault, it's the delivery service, but it is kind of getting on my wick. It keeps saying they're unable to deliver, which is complete poppycock, because I'm always in because I'm agoraphobic. The packages finally arrived. So in the first box we got ourselves the Gnome Treeman for Blood Bowl. I was going to pick up the actual team, but that wasn't in stock, sadly. I also got a couple of medium-sized paintbrushes as well, because it gets super hot in my flat, so it really destroys paintbrushes really quickly during the summer, so I'm going to need a few. And of course the obligatory Sweetie from Element Games, really lovely. They're vanilla flavoured, really delicious. In the second box was another Sweet and the Kill Team Termination box set as well, which I'm really looking forward to. Really love Kill Team, got quite a lot of it. And finally, a box from Zatu Games, which contains Stranger Things, the Upside Down board game, which me and my partner should hopefully enjoy. The batch painting continues with the Bad Batch on day 2142. I'm going to try and get as much done as I can, but it's going to be a lot of detail work today, so naturally that's going to slow me down. I started by sorting out everyone's pouches. I did some Steel Asian Drab for Echo, and the others received a Skavenblight Dinge. So I should really record this after I do it, not a little while after. Then I can remember what paints I used. But after that, I did the red work, and then started the flesh. I actually went slightly over time today, which is good, and I did end up with a wash, which is excellent. Hopefully these guys will be finished tomorrow. There's not much left for them to do. They're looking great. Quite fun models to paint. Can't wait to finish them. We also played a game of Stranger Things Upside Down from Come On Games. I recently picked up and I played it with my missus. It is quite an interesting game. It's quite challenging at the beginning. We actually lost, unfortunately, but that's not a problem. We can always try again. But it's a very fun game. Highly recommend it. Today is 2143, and I'm going to continue work with the Bad Batch. Annoyingly, I didn't quite get them finished. I tried as hard as I could, but there was just too much detailing to be done, and I didn't quite make it. They will be finished tomorrow, though, that's for certain, because I'm pretty much in the end game now. Most of the time was actually spent doing the faces and trying to get those eyes right. For some reason today, I really struggled, and I have no idea, but sometimes I do struggle a little. All in all, though, I've been enjoying painting these guys. They're a really nice, easy paint, but then everything that Atomic Mass do generally seems to be quite easy to paint. I nearly ended things with a wash wall. I think I managed to get a couple more bits in. Can't quite remember now, because I had to basically stop what I was doing and move on to the next thing. Quite happy with the way things have gone, and again, should be finishing them off tomorrow. I also picked up the Sabotage Showdown for Star Wars Shatterpoint as well. Today is 2144, and I definitely will 100% get the Bad Batch finished. I don't know much left to do today. It's just basically the weapons and the bases, and a couple of them I need to finish off their hair. So progress went fairly quickly, or as quick as it could. It took about an hour and 15 minutes to finish off these guys. I'm fairly happy with how they've come out. It took a little longer than I was hoping, but at the start of the week I didn't really have that much time. I did get a couple of phone calls that obviously took me out of being able to do what I wanted to do. But once those guys were finished, I started on my next unit of Chaos Cultists. I'm basically going to paint these guys exactly the same as I painted the other ones, but I only had enough time to actually start on their trousers, and that was it. So, yeah, more of those tomorrow. They didn't take too long to paint first time around, so they shouldn't take too long this time around. Also, a package arrived as well with a box filled with some paints that I desperately needed to pick up because some of mine were either dry or just done. Today is 2145, and I'm going to continue with the Chaos Cultists. I only have half an hour to do my hobby streak today, so I'm not really going to get much done. All I managed to do was get the boots done and a little bit of the skirt. I'll continue more tomorrow. Plus, it was nice to have a little bit of a break. A package from Amazon arrived. That's the Zombicide 2nd edition paint set that's got Phil in it. So I've now got all the original survivors. Again, I'm happy with that. I've never really used Army Painter paints before, or not to this mass. I used the matte white, so it's going to be fun to use a different set of paints for a change. In the evening, I put together the gnome treatment for Blood Bowl. I don't actually have the gnomes yet. I still need to buy those, but I will get around to it soon. Interesting model put together. A little bit of a pain in the backside, but I think it's because my glue is being funny because of the weather. It's really hot in my flat at the moment. Today is 2146. I'm going to get a little bit more done with the Chaos Cultists. I'm going to basically get up to a wash wall and then have to continue with something else. I picked up where I left off yesterday, so I finished off all the red, or the beginning of the red leather, and then I went ahead and started to paint all the silver. The reason why I do that is basically so I can wash all the colours that I need to wash with Null Oil in one go. It saves a lot of time in the long run, rather than sort of doing everything individually. So they're coming along quite nicely, but because I hit that wash wall and still had an hour left, I thought I would start a new project, or continue with a new project, and that is the Marvel Zombies, some of the heroes, and the, well, basically the people that can get eaten. So I'm going to start with Black Panther and Okoye. I didn't get too far into it. I mostly worked on the log that the Black Panther is sitting on, basically because I wanted to get that out of the way. That wash dried a lot quicker than the other guys' wash, and I started Okoye, but I'm not very far into her. And once that wash had dried on Black Panther, I basically just dry brushed the log to get it look more like a log, and I'll continue work on that once I finish the Cultists. I don't want to get too bogged down with doing this dude and completely forget about finishing off the Cultists. But I'm also going to continue to prep my Shadow Dark campaign that I'll be running tonight. So I'm really nervous about it. It's the first time I've actually done like a full campaign in roleplay. So I'm excited, but also absolutely petrified. All in all, it's been a pretty good week this week. I've got the Bad Batch finished. They're lovely models. As ever, the paint guide for that should be up on Tuesday. I've started some more Cultists. This is the only other unit of Cultists I have, and then I get to move on to something more fun for Blackstone Fortress. And we're finally digging into those heroes for Marvel Zombies, which I'm super excited about. I really want to get these guys done. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more, subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.